Today we're using my one burst AEK here in Black Ops 6. I made an overpowered class up that you guys can dominate lobbies with. Let's get right into the attachments. For my first attachment for the optic, I had the Jason Armory 2x scope, and this is going to give you 2x magnification as well as 2 ticks of recoil gun kick control. I mainly put this on so that way at those longer ranges, the gun doesn't have a really bad recoil pattern, and the recoil gun kick control is definitely going to help out with that, so make sure you guys have this on. If you guys are wondering what reticle I use the dead center one just because it looks like a circle. If you guys don't have this unlocked, any of these other ones that look like a circle will definitely work as well. You guys can see here with these stats, you're getting 30% to the recoil gun kick control. For my next attachment for the muzzle, I had the ported compensator, and this is going to give you 3 ticks to the first shot recoil control as well as 2 ticks to the vertical recoil control. I personally love this attachment just because every single burst you are going to have that first shot recoil control, which is basically the gun kick control, so your gun isn't bouncing around everywhere, so make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see here with the stats, you're getting 40% to the first shot recoil control scale, 13% to the recoil gun kick control, and then 15% to the vertical recoil control. For my next attachment for the barrel, I was using the long barrel for the 3 ticks of damage range. I personally love the long barrel just because this is going to give it the maximum amount of damage, so that way at those longer ranges my gun isn't a pea shooter. You guys can see with these stats, the damage at effective range is 46.3 and the damage on that is 40, and then the damage beyond range is 72 and the damage on that is 32. For my next attachment for the underbarrel, I had the vertical foregrip, and this is going to give you 3 ticks of horizontal recoil control. I personally love this attachment just because at those longer ranges my gun isn't going to have a shake or a really bad recoil pattern, so make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see with these stats, you're getting 3% to the recoil gun kick control and then 35% to the horizontal recoil control. You guys can see with these stats, you're getting 3% to the recoil gun kick control and then 35% to the horizontal recoil control. For my next attachment for the magazine, I had the extended mag 1, and I mainly chose this so that way I can get into a lot more gunfights and reload less, so make sure you guys have this on. For my next attachment for the rear grip, I had the ergonomic grip, and this is going to give you 3 ticks of the slide to fire speed, 3 ticks to the dive to fire speed, and then 2 ticks to the ADS speed. If you do slide or dive around a lot, you are definitely going to love this attachment just because whenever you do slide or dive, you are going to be picking up your weapon extremely fast as well as ADSing extremely fast, so make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see here with these stats, you're getting 14% to the ADS speed, 15% to the jump ADS speed, 50% to the slide to fire speed, and then 50% to the dive to fire speed. For my next attachment for the stock, I had the balance stock, and this is going to give you 2 ticks of strafing movement speed, 2 ticks of movement speed, 2 ticks of hip fire movement speed, and then 1 tick of aim walking movement speed. I personally love this attachment just because it is going to speed up your weapon extremely fast as well as give you a very good strafing speed. So whenever you do move left and right while ADS, it is going to be a lot harder for your enemies to hit you. So make sure you guys have this on. You guys can see here with these stats, you're getting 13% to the movement speed, 20% to the crouch movement speed, and then 11% to the ADS movement speed. Finally, for the fire mods, I had the rapid fire attachment, and this is going to give you 3 ticks to the fire rate. You guys can see here with these stats, you're getting 9% to the fire rate. Here are all my perks on the screen. For the wild card, make sure you guys are using Gunfighter so that way you guys can have all these attachments. Here are all the attachments on the screen with these stats. If you guys are new, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. Today, we're using the AEK. I did just basically use my main class setup I used for it, but I did change the red dot for it to the 2x scope just because of the gun kick control. We're gonna see what we can do with this thing. Too bad we don't have a chopper that we can use, just because I don't have the there's no way, dude, that's crazy. Phase adapt, just quick scope my ass. I didn't think he was going to quick scope me at that close. Oh my god, I haven't held the controller. It feels like in so long.
Claim the advantage. Now hold it. Hardpoint identified.
Dude, I didn't even finish the event yet just because I haven't really cared about this game too much. That's not the map, buddy. You weren't in the map right there.
Calling in score screen.
behind Crimson.
Oh no.
Down.
That dude's pretty close up. I don't know if there's a dude up top. Nope. They flip. They flip. They flip. Come on, teammate. Push. Didn't see that dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely gonna look into that game you told me to look at, that horror game, but let me know if there's jump scares in that, because I low-key want a horror game that has like crazy jump scares. Or even VR games too. I might even get a VR at some point. Bro, Phase Adapt, get out of, or Phase Apex, get out of my game. There's no way he could just snipe me off my streak.
Hostiles have the hard point. Hard point locked down.
I was looking at that VR Indiana Jones game. That game was very interesting. Oh my god, we are frying them right now.
Hostiles have captured the hard point.
UAV commencing surveillance operation.
Tackle. Spray
Gotta get
requested
outta here.
hostile launch. Hard point is secure.
270 or 2 something off my streak. Oh, bozo.
MTL 50%. Check.
Get some napalm on my target. Hard point active. Hard point locked down.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, these teammates really aren't like too crazy on the hill. There might be like one person that's going a little crazy, but they're just trying to stay up on the point. There's only that one Pistol Pete. Hold on! Wait a minute! That dude was definitely playing against Salty at one point. I remember that. Pistol Pete. Pistol Pete. I remember this dude. There is no way I'm playing against this dude again. That's rare that you find that you run into the same people over and over again. Especially the name Pistol Pete. Didn't even like realize it. Now I remember why Salty didn't like him. He's playing like a big old biatch. Look at Pistol Pete, a rat skin up in the window.
Hard point is secure.
I mean, what else screams Pistol Pete than Master Splinter? Dude, that red name display absolutely screwed that dude.
UAV fuel check 50%.
Hostiles have the hard point. Hard point locked down.
Bye bye, Leonardo.
One chance to fight fair.
Back to the dojo with you.
Once they find out who you are, you die.
I'm not gonna lie, I watched the second one not too long ago. The second Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, just to refresh my memory on it since they added it in this game. Bro, that boss fight at the end of the movie was like, I don't really remember it too good, but all I remember was it was over very fast, and I was like, yeah, nah. And it's like, whatever happened to them recording the other movies for it? It'd be cool to see them like come back or something.
Calling in score screen.
Holy moly. Holy moly. Too many bombs going off. I don't like it.
One last chance to fight.
Alright, we're very close to a streak. We're on a 20. Holy moly.
Hostiles have the hard point.
Alright, we're on a 24 right now. This is
Hard point
possible.
locked down.
I'm not gonna lie. I ripped the Benjamin before this, so I didn't think I was gonna actually get a nuke or go on a streak, but you know, this weapon's pretty easy to use.
Archangel.
I'm not shooting at a person. That was not a person. Alright, no time to play like a coward. Alright, maybe they're... No, no, no. 26,
Get a watchdog helo overhead.
27, 28. And we were very close to the nuke.